I'm sitting here getting ready to eat breakfast, I'm looking at the HelloFresh choices we have for today. Our daughter gave us a couple more to try. These will be brand new. We've never tried these two before. This is called Biggie Balsamic Pork, and it has, well, it says with roasted carrots and thyme potatoes. And the nice thing about these meals too is, you know, you're using herbs that and combining them with different ingredients, different produce that you might not have used before. Now, have I ever used thyme with potatoes? No, I haven't. So I'm going to give that a try, either tonight or sometime this weekend. Again, this is a pork loin, and this was that wonderful pork loin that we had before. So I'm sure it's really going to be yummy. And the other choice here is a one-pot creamy lemon dill chicken soup with couscous and scallions. And I think I've had couscous before, I think, at a restaurant, but I've never cooked with it. So I think that, is it a teeny tiny pasta? Is that what couscous is? I probably should look that up before I get on here and talk about things. Now it does tell you, it does contain wheat in the couscous, so, and then, you know, they give you all the specifics on the ingredients that people might be allergic to or cannot tolerate. So the creme fraiche contains milk. So we've got everything I need there to make the soup, and just enough to make it. There's not going to be any leftover little ingredients that I have to store or throw away. So I'm thinking we'll probably do the soup. So I'm going to go ahead and start my breakfast, and I'll see you later. Hi everybody, this is Bobbi of Knitters Kniche here in my bedroom. We're here to talk about Vlogmas Day 18. Yesterday we opened 5 skeins, and the reason, I didn't really explain it at all, the reason why I had so many in one day and why I hadn't podcasted in a few days is because I had completely run out of space on my iPhone. We're going to talk about what I'm wearing. What I'm wearing is Tori Yu, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce her last name. It's Y-U. I did a test knit for her in the month of October, and it is called the Gartergan, and the Gartergan is a total garter stitch cardigan. It is knit with a DK weight yarn, and I used a size US 6 needles. Let me make sure that's right. Yes, I used a 6, and I knit a size 1. She needed someone to knit a size 1, so I knit a size 1. Now I'm a loose knitter, I guess, because the drape and the sizing on this, because normally I don't think I would have knit a size 1, but I thought, you know, she didn't need a 2, size 2, and this is the one that, so she's wearing a size 2 in this picture here. So normally I probably would have knit a size 2, but the size 1 really worked out quite nice. And the nice thing about this is you have your slip stitches all on the inside of your sleeve. You have the slip stitches all through here. You have the I-cord edging all the way around. You have short rows up here. Of course, you have a drop shoulder, and this is where you pick up your stitches. And look at those short rows. You know, you kind of got to stand back and admire some short rows on occasion. See, look at that. Isn't that nice? And here's the thing. The way she had you do the short rows on here, and her explanation is when you come back, you don't have to resolve those short rows. It doesn't show in the garter stitch. So I learned a lot on this one. Learned some great tips on finishing your product too, on your finished item. It does have that drop. I think I might have mentioned it just now. The drop slope where it comes along the side and then it comes down the back and curves down and is lower in the back. I'm going to insert a video of me wearing it so you can see it a little bit better and me moving around in it. I would 100% recommend this pattern, and you know, if I don't say that about a test knit, if I don't say, oh, you know, I won't come out and say anything bad, but this was just an absolute joy to knit We had the best test knitting group that I think I have ever had when I've done a test knit. I've been test knitting only for 2 years now, and once you get going on it, it's fun because, like I said before, I've learned so much just by doing a test knit. So anyway, this is the Gartergan. I would recommend it. It was released, I want to say, around the first week of November it was released. And I would also go look at some of her other patterns that she has for sale. Very talented. She's from New York. I don't know if she's from New York City. I can't remember, but she is from the state of New York. So I would recommend any of her patterns. And she was such a joy to get to know through emails. And of course, on Instagram, we had our own little group, a tester group, the Gartergan test group. And everybody was just so helpful and friendly. And I will tell you what, her initial pattern, and it was tech edited and everything, and of course she needs to get some test knitters. It was written in a way that there was just a couple of little things like, oh, just add this or that, maybe for a newbie might not, a new knitter might not quite get that, might not know, I can't remember what it was now. But really, I mean, initially that pattern was just, it was written very nice, easy to read. Okay, so this is the Gartergan. And something else I'm wearing that you can't see, but I'll show you. I'll kick off my slippers here. Got my little suede slippers on. These are my Vicky Howells that I had worn them the other day. These, what are they called? 70s slippers, I think. And I'm gonna slip this off. This is done with, I'll grab the yarn right here. Some inexpensive yarn that I've come across. This is the same type of yarn that I had done my other slipper socks with, the same pattern with, and this is Yarn B Soft and Sleek Low Pill Fiber. And the reason I chose to do these, it is inexpensive, it's $3.99, and there is 186 yards on here. It is a worsted weight number 4. It is recommended US 8, which is needles, which is 5mm. It washes up really nice. I've done 3 other pairs in this specific yarn. Of course, this is the colorway that let me see what the color's called. Color name is called Wind Swept Wishes, but it's self-striping, so it just, isn't that nice? I thought it looked good with the color of my cardigan here. And the nice thing about this particular pattern, if you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to Kitchener the toe, because to this day I still think that, like, oh no, I don't want to Kitchener the toe. There's very few at the end that, I mean, we're talking, look, I don't even know how many that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. Yeah, that's it. And it's just, here you can see how the toe, isn't it nice? And it's a just your usual basic heel flap and gusset heel. It's what that is, it's a slip stitch heel, and what that does is it actually gives you extra thickness there. And the cuff is done with twisted rib, so. And honestly, I mean, you could get the pattern, but you could just do your basic DK weight sock pattern, and just, I don't really know too much difference from, I mean, a sock pattern is a sock pattern. So to tell you the truth, you can probably save your money. Just do a twisted, it looks like it's purl 2, knit 1, purl 2 here. Knit 1 through the back loop and then purl 2 on your twisted rib. So, and then your basic, decreases there for your toe. There. But they're thick, they're squishy and thick and warm. So, oh, we can't see my jeans. My jeans actually match the blue in them, I think. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you want a great pair of jeans that fit, that never scoot down. I never have to pull these up. The brand is called Democracy, and the first pair I found them at TJ Maxx. I think they're usually, I want to say $68 or something like that, but no, I'm not going to pay. I'm just not, because I know I can find them other places. $68 pair of jeans, and I got them for $39.99 at TJ Maxx, and they fit fantastic. Oh my goodness, I must have at least 10 pair of them that I bought off and on over the years. And of course, jeans last forever. So these are a great pair of jeans, and I really like them a lot. I would recommend that brand, and they have tops and blouses. They have all kinds of different designs on that in that particular brand. If you see me messing with my hands like this too, I had a real bout with eczema, which I have never, I mean, I'm 63 years old. I have never had any problem with this. And what had happened one day, I could actually feel in my fingers this strange deep tingling, and it almost felt, I've had shingles before, but I had them across a nerve back of my back shoulder back here years ago, and it is very painful. And it kind of started off reminding me of that. And what happened is I got these blisters, and they were deep blisters. They came all the way around here, just covered in bright red, and I barely touched them, and it hurt so bad. And this was when I was knitting the, starting to knit the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along, and I was doing this test knit where this came up. And I'm like, what in the world is this? This is contact dermatitis, where I've touched something and these blisters have come up. So I went to a dermatologist, and she said that this is dyshidrotic eczema. Well, I know what dys means, and I know what hydro means. So it means a lack of moisture. You know, she says, do you wash your hands excessively? And I said, no, I don't. And she said, well, that's what it is. So she gave me some ointment to put on it. And you know, I've never had really dry hands. I've always had nice, smooth hands on this side, not so much here because of my arthritis. It looks like it's a hot mess, believe me. So now I do have this sensation sometimes in my hands, and so sometimes I have to take a tiny break from knitting, because what's happening is my skin is actually cracking. I mean, I don't wash my hands a whole lot. I don't, but so now I have this form of eczema. So kind of curious if anybody else has heard about that. Here's something else that happened. This is the second time I filmed this, and there may be a third time, because if I don't like this, I'll redo it. I went ahead in my Southern Skeins Advent, I went ahead, I'm gonna grab it here, and I had opened up day 18 and talked about it and everything. Well, then I started to watch it, and my camera was turned to the point where I was like right here, and all this, you see my white wall was here. Actually, no, it's supposed to be gray. It's a Benjamin Moore color. I forget what the color is, and it was supposed to be gray, but it is just that light. So suggestion for everyone, if you're building a new home and needing paint or repainting your home, go at least 2 shades darker than you think, because yeah, it looks white, but it's supposed to be a gray. I forget what the color is, because it's been 4 years. Anyway, all you saw was this part of my wall, and like I said, I'm like right here. So it's all this. I thought, well, that's just a wasted space there, so I'm starting again. So let's go ahead and do day 18. So this has already been opened. You can see it doesn't look like the other ones, the stickers underneath. So I've kind of wrapped it up in the tissue again. This is day 18, and day 18 is Charlie. See, I forgot already. This is the second time I've done it. It's called Charlie in the Box. Do y'all remember Jack in the Box when you were young? I suppose they still have them. Where there's a box, it's metal, and it has a crank. You go da 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 da. You keep cranking, it does this little song, and all of a sudden he'll pop up, and this clown pops up out of it, and the lid comes out, and it startles you. It makes you jump because you never know when it's going to pop up. Well, this is Charlie in the Box. From Rudolph and Friends Yarn Advent from the show Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So this is number 18, Charlie in the Box, day 18, Vlogmas. There it is. Now, like I said, this is the second time I've seen it, so I'm not fooling anybody here. This is really pretty, and I will insert a picture, a split screen of the character so you can see how the yarn corresponds with the colors of the character. The base main color is a cream color, and then it has some green going through it, and it has black, and it's like a kind of an orangey red. It's very pretty, and this yarn is just such a nice base. Such a nice base. So I'm going to put this alongside the rest of them here. And then we're going to choose one from my Advent. And this is all we have left, y'all. We have seven left, and that's it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So this is from my own Advent. For those of you who haven't watched any of my Vlogmas, my yarn Advent that I made myself, and I put a link down below. Curious Handmade, her name is Helen. She had put out a video on how to make your own yarn Advent if you don't have the money to go out and buy a hand-dyed yarn Advent. I would recommend that though. It's great. It's great fun. But if you don't have the money for it, or if you don't care to do that, then you can make your own. So I have Row One Minis as a subscription yarn club, and I'm not right now. I don't have it now because I have plenty to work with. And once I get through a little bit more, I might renew my subscription to it because it's great. It's yarn, hand-dyed yarn, and this is the one. This is really pretty. This is called Film Noir, and this is by Asylum Fibers, and this is purple. Isn't that beautiful? That's so pretty. That's really pretty. Gray, purple. The gray, let's see. The gray is almost like a purple gray, isn't it? Isn't that nice? Okay, so, all right. This is day 18. 7 more days till, well, 6 more days now because I took one. 6 more days till Christmas Eve. And of course I am doing daily Vlogmas posts, and the 24th I'm thinking will be my last one, but I would like to do something on the 25th, put together a little something for y'all and wish you a Merry Christmas and so on. So this is the last one, or excuse me, this is day 18. It's not the last one, day 18. And so real quick, I'm just going to go back to my Gartergan here, the yarn that I had used. I want to put this in here. The yarn that I had used, I don't think I said anything about it. This is called Must Be Merino. This is Yarn B, and the color is called Tobacco. And the yardage on this is 227 yards, which will be at 208 meters. And the yarn itself is 50% merino wool, 25% acrylic, and 25% nylon. The suggested needle size is a US 7. It is considered a number 3 weight, which is a light yarn. And they would like for you, oh, I already said that, US 7. Now, I did knit my Gartergan with a 6, US 6. Okay, well, this is for this portion of the video, of the Vlogmas. I'm done here, and I will see you in the kitchen because I'm going to be making another HelloFresh meal. It's a soup, and I've never made any of their soups. So I'm gonna make that, and that's gonna be what we have for supper. I'm just looking up on my wall here to see what time it is, and I'll get that going. This soup has couscous in it, and I don't think I've ever had couscous. I don't know if I have. And is it a little pasta? We'll see. It sounds good. Creamy chicken, lemon dill soup, something like that is what I'm gonna be making with couscous. So anyway, see you in the kitchen. Bye-bye. See you in a minute. The one pot creamy lemon dill chicken soup turned out perfect. It had a little splash of lemon in it, some fresh lemon juice. It just gave it that little extra something special. The cooked corn on the cob you can see in the photo here we actually cut it off the cob and we added it to the soup. So that's something extra that we had done. That's a modification that we had made. We did not use the dill and we did not use the scallions, but it had just a wonderful flavor, just an abundant flavor.